It's your boy Kaike here. I'm back on another one. So today I'm joined by my boy Ito. We're going to be talking about the second anniversary as part of, I guess, my 1K subtype special. There's going to be a few other parts to this, so keep in tune, stay tuned.
Yeah.
So Ito, what's up? Say what's up, Ito.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Yeah,
You good?
Yeah, we good. All right, because this is our second time trying to record this, and that ain't go well. So I don't even know where to start. So I guess we could start off talking about the units, right? As far as the anniversary. So
Yeah.
so what are your thoughts of the units, Ito? Because I'm trying to pick everybody else's brain about the anniversary.
I feel like the units were really good. I feel like it's better than like last year's units. How they keep all like the units like really good and balanced. Well, some of the units. My favorite one would be Omega. I feel like
Omega is so slept on, bro.
Exactly, man. Like, bro.
The thing about Omega though, it's like I don't understand. Like they gave Omega the Fusion Warrior tag, but is Omega really a Fusion Warrior? I feel like they did that just to kind of nerf him before he even came out, in a way. Cause like all the other Fusion Warriors, it's like, bro, technically he never actually fused in a way. He ate the Dragon Balls, so that's technically kind of like more absorption in my eyes. But Omega Shenron, really good unit, but I feel like they did him dirty, man. Fusion, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like he shouldn't have Fusion Warriors.
Exactly. But the thing is, like, he's only good on, I think, on two categories. No, sorry, not categories. What am I talking about, Dokkan? Two tags. Yeah. GT and Regeneration. I feel like his best team over would be.
I feel like
Regen is exactly,
because I don't know. GT. I feel like I ain't gonna lie, I like the GT units, and that's because
exactly, yeah. I just feel like they could have went more on the GT units instead of some Dragon Ball Super units. I feel like
they showed a little bit more favoritism to the Dragon Ball Super units, probably because they're more popular. Let's be honest, probably because they're more popular, which is kind of messed up, to be honest. I feel like they shafted the GT units just a little bit. Because the Dragon Ball Super units, they got 3 new units, and GT is just like SJ4 Goku and Omega Shenron. Cool. Like, they're good, but it's like Vegeta Blue is just like a tier above everything else. And the Super units, I feel like they could have done so much better, bro. I feel the thing about the banners, right? I feel like the banners were good. I feel like they actually
the banners were actually decent. This year, like they were really good. I just feel like there's no negative comment on the banners. I feel like it was good. It was just standard banners, like standard step up banners, standard. So I feel like it was actually good. So this literally, like, the banners are like solid. Like,
they were pretty solid.
Really solid.
There were a lot of good options on there. The general pools are pretty decent. Plus, they upped the rate.
Exactly.
So that was
which
good.
Is actually good.
Yeah, that's actually really good. That's probably, I ain't gonna cap. That's probably like the best thing about the anniversary, because everything we was about to talk about is when we start going downhill as far as just the banners. The banners, the units were all good. These units are all going to last a pretty long time. The GT units, I feel like they might get better down the line when they add more GT units to go
exactly. Exactly. If I had like more like proper good GT units, units that can the GT units that can like stand out in the meta, especially in PvP. Because right now the only units that I see the most on PvP is Omega, Full Power Goku, and Purple Goku, like the main three. No other no other GT units. Some people could bring Baby because of his main ability on that.
I ain't gonna lie, I want Baby to get replaced. I kind of don't really like him on GT now that I use him on Regen so much. I just he just doesn't fill that spot as well as somebody else.
He's he doesn't output that much a lot of damage to the enemy.
Yeah, his damage is whack. It's garbage. He was always just meant there to be the health restoration buffer for Regen. But
exactly. Yeah.
So I don't really like him on Regen. So I feel like GT, their next big unit has to be either yellow or blue, in my personal opinion. And either it's probably going to be Maju or SJ4 Gogeta, maybe for Christmas. I'm not going to put anything in your guys' heads. I'm just saying. Those are some ideas of stuff, they could probably do for the GT team. I feel like they're going I feel like GT's going to shine down in the meta more down the line because they obviously have plans for this team. So, but for now, I feel like they could have done a little better for the GT side of the anniversary, and that's the
Exactly.
biggest.
That's what I've been saying. That's how I've been saying. I think one of my videos. I feel like they could have went like the same treatment with GT.
Yeah, because it felt like they showed all the love to the super units, which is kind of biased. We all know Legends like ass kissing Vegito fan. Like it's very obvious.
Exactly. It's like the one thing that got me so hot right now. Like not right now, but like before when they brought like the Broly animation against Vegito. I was like, yo, they're trying to send a message to the Gogeta fans, bro.
Facts, bro. They did Gogeta so dirty. I ain't gonna lie, I was salty for a little second. I like, bro. I'm like, come on, that's obviously supposed to be Gogeta's animation, but you put Vegito there. They literally probably say like, nah, fuck out of here. They always begging for Gogeta. Take his ass out and put Vegito in there instead. Nah, man. That was dirty. They didn't have to do what's in it like that. So I don't think Fusions is going to get another buff no time soon, by the way, just because their team is pretty fleshed out. So it's probably going to be how Legends does it. They drop some new units, and then sometimes when they make a team really good, they kind of just disappear off the map for dropping that buffs for that team for a long time. Probably another 6-7 months before we get another fusion buff. So that's why I'm kind of iffy on Gogeta is ever going to come anytime soon. Some people are saying 3rd year anniversary. That's at this point with Legends. I don't even know. That's actually kind of possible, and it's kind of messed up, bro. Cause it's kind of messed up. All right.
Yeah.
So enough about the banners and the units, right? So let's just talk about PvP. So,
oh my god, yo, PvP. That place. That freaking place, man. The Shadow Realms. Oh my god.
The PvP. So the problem with PvP, I'm on DBZ space. I'm trying to look for the PvP season thing here, but the problem with PvP, right? It was straight. It was okay. Because they started off, it was no 3 times RP, but when they added the 3 times RP,
I still don't know why they do that, man. Like, why? What's the point?
It's not fun. Bro, the whole thing, it's just to help out new players, bro. It's just to bring this appeal to new players, like, oh, you can rank up really fast, so we got all these events. When they just really was bringing back the old events, which I talked about. But PvP, 3 times RP, is not it. Legends, we really don't like 3 times RP. They need to stop it. Like, it's not fun. It's like 3 times RP really showed how bad a lot of the game's core mechanics was, and that's where people really started getting frustrated with the game. Because it's like you want to bring in.
And not even that. Not even that. See, when it's like 3 times RP, you bring out like a lot of cheaters in the game as well.
Yeah.
Like a lot of cheaters like really mess up. Yeah. Like for example, like for me, I think it was last season when I was trying to like get up around like around the certain ranks. Yeah. There were a lot of laggers and a lot of like disconnectors there, man. Yeah. It was so frustrating to play PvP, like for real. Like, oh my god, like there's so many stories about that, man.
It's not fun
for real.
And it just brings out the worst in the community because you see all the core problems that they need to change and the same problems that we've been dealing with for the longest in the game. It's like, all right, if you're gonna keep doing this and you're gonna do all these big 3 times RP season campaigns, you gotta be able to at least fix some of the major problems that the game is having. You can't keep just throwing these at us and expect us to have fun. We're not having fun. We're not having fun, bro. We're not having fun at all. I'm trying to find this quad season. It was not an enjoyable experience, man. It really wasn't. I really hope that they never bring back 3 times RP. But like I said,
they need to stop bringing out that freaking. Because it's very hard, man. It's actually hard. Yeah. Like it's good for like newer players, but it's for old like players like us, like players like literally like play PvP like literally every day. It's not cool because you have like people who want to like kind of cheat to get to the top, like
just doing all types of stuff, and it's just like you get ranked up with people like who have some of these weird wonky teams. It's like, bro.
Oh my god, yes, exactly.
Sometimes I'm doing this shit. I'll be able to do a showcase doing the 3 times RP season. That's why I didn't do none. And then I'll get ranked up halfway through against somebody with a not trying to cut, because like, okay, I understand you're a new player, but it's like, well, why am I even getting ranked up with you? It's because they're ranking up too fast, and the ranking system is so bad. We are getting ranked up against these people with lower ranks, and it's just like they're probably just getting demolished because their teams are just not ready to compete on that high level. And it's like, what was the even point of this? And then plus, I'm only getting like 3 times RP, so it defeats the whole purpose, and it's just a waste of time for all of us. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's unfair on both people's parts, the person that's losing and the person that's winning. Because I'm only getting 3 times RP, and you just got your ass picked because you ranked up too fast because of 3 times RP. You thought you was ready, but then you see these teams are 3 times. You see how hard it is in the higher rank, stuff like that. So definitely was not a fan of the 3 times RP. I really think that they should completely just get rid of this, or if they're going to do it again, they have to fix the core problems with the game. We're tired of it, bro. We don't want to see 3 times RP.
Exactly.
Bro. We don't want to see 3 times.
And like, see when you're playing PvP, it's like when you're like some of like the inputs like are not literally like registering our taps. Yeah. Like for example, like
ghost inputs. That's what you're talking about.
Green card.
Yeah, the green card with ghost inputs, bro. That has been a glitch that's been in the game for the longest, fam. Like I've been like saying, like, bro,
oh my god, they need to fix that, man.
It's such an annoying glitch, bro. It's like one of the most annoyingest glitches in the game, and I think some people have come to learn to play around it, but it's still not fun to play around it because it will throw you off guard if the computer forces you into a tackle or to doing an attack blast or something like that, because it's not what you registered for it to do. It's like, bro, come on now. It's like, bro, stop that. I really feel like 3 times RP. I think honestly that was the biggest downfall that brought the second anniversary to its knees, because at that point it was like, yo, bro, we already don't got no new events and PvP is not fun to play. What is there else for me to do? What is there else for me to do?
See, like the freaking events, they're like even like I'm not all of it, but like some of the events are like not like it's not fun. Like,
it's not.
Like, some boring. Of the events are not fun.
They're boring.
Yeah, exactly.
They're boring.
Even co-op is the worst. Co-op is the worst. There's co-op so many. Oh my god. Co-op is such a co-op is it's cancer, man. I hate it so much.
It's boring, and it's crazy because when it first came out, I was hyped for it, and then over time,
exactly,
I slowly grew to hate it. I was like, you know what, this is boring. I can't keep playing this, and it's just little like, dumb stuff, man. Like, people bringing in the wrong units, stuff like that, trying to troll or stuff, do like that. People lagging out in the middle of co-op. Like I had some pictures of that on Twitter and stuff.
God, that made me so mad, bro. Yeah. And like you're about to win, and like that guy just fully just get out. I'm like,
lags out. Just lags out. It's like, bro, why did you waste my time? Why, bro? It's so annoying, bro. That shit is so annoying. It's really not cool.
God damn.
It's a lot of stuff as far as Legends really needs to improve as far as co-op, PvP, if they're going to go in from the 2 anniversary. Because what it is, a lot of veteran players are taking breaks from the game, and a lot of veteran players are just kind of they're fed up with the same problems that we've been having. It's just like, oh, whoa, like, what are we gonna like take step backwards this time with Legends? They do something, they say we're listening, they fix one thing, and then in the process of trying to fix one thing, somehow they just create 10 more problems, which is the biggest overall problem with Legends, I think, in my personal opinion. So that's something that they really, honestly, really need to work on.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like Legends, they like for example, like what they did for like the start of like the second anniversary releasing good units. Like that's really really good. Yeah. But then releasing freaking Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku at PyCon was just like a disgrace.
It's like, come on,
bro, come on, man.
It's so obvious that those were not anniversary banners, bro.
Exactly. Like, I was so confused when it was released. I was like, yo, why is PyCon red? Like, bro, you have Vegeta Blue who's destroying literally all the red units in the game. And then, obviously, you have Green, Super Kaioken Goku. It's kind of decent. He's not, like, really, like, meta-breaking. Yeah. But he's just kind of, like,
he's a good blast unit. For, like... He's just a good blast unit. And...
Exactly. So, he's kind of decent for like Super Saiyans and like Goku family. So
family, yeah. Definitely. It's like you introduce like these units to the Saiyan University, and you obviously know that they have pretty much no place in the meta. So really, what is
Exactly.
the point? What is the point of introducing more units, especially with Legends, with these big anniversary? They introducing literally 5-6 Sparkings every big celebration. They do this. What's the point of adding another 2 units into that celebration? What that don't even affect the meta in any type of way. PyCon has no team. There was no reason for them to release
you
those
know
units.
what? PyCon is like in the same situation with Hit before, because PyCon, like right now, PyCon literally doesn't have any good tag teams.
Yeah.
Like the only team that you can run them on was like red teams as well, and like limited like less like equipments for PyCon is really bad as well.
Yeah, like red, green, stuff like that. Red, green, all that stuff. It's like who is going to run red, green in this? Who is going to try to run a model team like that in this meta? It's just
especially not like, you know, especially not in the rank 50s. Like rank 50, if you bring PyCon, like you're finished. Like
you're done.
Are destroyed.
You're done. Because what happens is it's like bro, if you play good, obviously if you're a good player, you can obviously win some matches with those, but in the long run, when you're going up against the same unit every match, you're bound to lose at least probably a few times. Even the most best players, it's like, okay, cool. PyCon was fun, but it's time back to running my main teams because this is not really a good team for this particular meta. It's just, you gotta always be like playing to your best ability, because if you lose priority once, it's a good chance that you might lose the match, pretty much, with a team like that. So I have no idea, so stuff like that. So next thing we want to talk about before I hurry in the video is Zenkai Awakening. What's your thoughts on the Zenkai Awakening, bro?
Oh my, I hate it. Like I
even though they changed it, like with the
exactly. Even though when it changed it, I feel like they could have like leave like the mission for Zenkai 1 and then do like the summoning. Like I feel like they're just shafting all like the free to play players. Even myself, I'm literally I'm kind of like a free to play player. Yeah. Like, because right now my main the main place I spend is like Global Dokkan. Like I spend hella money on Global Dokkan.
Yeah. So it's smart to not like put too much money into too many gacha games. It's not smart to do that. So I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it makes sense. Yeah. So what I was about to say. Yeah. So they changed the requirements. Before it used to take like 20k CC whatever, right? Whoop the whoop bam bam. Now, a lot of people feel like they shouldn't have taken out the missions. I'm kind of mixy about that, personally, how I feel. I feel like they could have kept the missions, but at the same time, I kind of understand it, because it's like most Zenkai units at Zenkai level 1, which is the max that the missions will let you get to, they weren't really all that good at Zenkai level 1. There were only like 1 or 2, which is like Cooler and Fat Boo. Those were only like the really 2 ones that are really good at Zenkai level 1. Personally, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I feel like even that, because you never know when that one Zenkai might be just good at Zenkai level 1. So the missions could have stayed, I feel like, in my personal opinion. Even if not even like people, not everybody was grinding them, I feel like they could have just stayed just a bit there. And they could have just fix the missions a little bit to where it just wasn't as taxing, but overall they decided forget that. Right. Let's just completely just get rid of the mission and just lower the cost of Zenkai units. I never liked that idea of having to put in premium currency to buff an old unit. I never really heard of a gacha game that done that until Legends, and that type of system never really sat well for me from the beginning. That's why I feel like they should have always just done like a free to play route.
Exactly. I think because Legends was watching like how Dokkan were revamping like new units.
Yeah, they take notes from each other. We know that already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think like because Legends saw how Dokkan is doing so well with the old units being revamped with like new awakenings, they're like, oh, maybe we should do that, but let's monetize it.
Yeah,
like you know,
that's pretty much what they did. They took the idea of buffing old units, but they said, let's monetize it instead of just giving them out for free. Let's find a way to make money off of it. And that's how the Zenkai system is working. It's just that idea just doesn't really sit well with me, especially for most players who've been playing for a long run and they experience having it for free, and then they had it taken away from them. That's like, bro, you get free updates for a game for life, and they say halfway through, they say, you know what, we're going to start, you have to start paying for those updates in a way. It's just like, damn, bro. like this used to be free and now it's not. So it just feels like that's why the system never really sat well with people. So if it was implemented like this from the beginning, people probably would have probably hated it as less now. But it's like we experienced what it was like to have buffs for free, and now buffs aren't free anymore. We have to go out of our way to use premium currency, even though it's less.
Now you have to be kind of careful what you spend on the banner as well. So you have to kind of like save up your CC for certain like and units. Just, like for example, say if they start Zenkai Awakening, like like for example, like any units like Yellow Goku, Super Saiyan Goku. Yeah. Maybe they want to Zenkai this guy and saying that his crazy his profile is looking really really good. Maybe you should summon on there. And then you have another unit that's coming right now, like a brand new unit that's coming in the game. Where it buffs any maybe buff freaking maybe GT or Saint tag. And like you're very like you're kind of like you're trying to pick like which type of banner you want to pick from, like if you get what I mean.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like people like to say Legends is free to play, and I would say Legends is free to play friendly. But I feel like Legends, what they try and do, they try and find a lot of ways to still nitpick a lot of crystals out of you by throwing these little cash grabby type tempting things in your face. They make it hard for you to be free to play. That's what it is with Legend. They make it hard for you. They're throwing all this shit in the face. They're throwing the cool new units at you every week. They're throwing the banners. So maybe it's a team that you
like. That's how they did it with Vegeta Blue and all these anniversary units.
Yeah,
like they like some of my friends, right? They used to be like proper free to play, and now like they summon like crazy for Vegeta Blue, like for real. Like they quick, like they just. They're like, yo, let me just pop my wallet real quick and start spending
it's like,
all these chronographs.
But that's Vegeta Blue. It's like, I think people were already prepared to step out of their pocket either way, even if break their free-to-play status for that particular unit just because he's a big popular character. Just like how I know a lot of people are going to do the same when Blue Gogeta drop. People are like, all right, it's time to break my free-to-play status, rip my wallet open, let's drop this bag real quick. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah, I definitely think those are my thoughts on Zenkai. I feel like it could have, the system altogether, it just never really sat right with me. And I feel like it could have been done where free to play, right? Like, just let it where we can get to at least Zenkai 3 free to play, not just Zenkai 1. That would have been better.
I feel like they could have just make it like around like Zenkai 3, like you can farm it from an event or something like that.
Yeah, that would have been a lot more cooler versus them just saying, fuck it, let's just take it all away, and then you just gotta summon at this point. Even though it is cheaper, but it's like, I guess it's the way just to keep trying to get money. I guess they probably weren't getting as much money as they thought they would have been getting off of the Zenkai thing, because a lot of people, even with a lot of whales, were being smarter and not summoning on every Zenkai banner because they saw it was really no point to summon on every Zenkai banner unless you really just like that team or that unit.
Like now I'm being careful how I'm gonna spend my money on Legends right now. I have to be very careful what banners I need to summon.
At this point, I'm not gonna cap at you. I think we're getting to the point in Legends where everybody just kind of just saves for step ups at this point because we get them so often. We get a step up pretty much every month to 2 months. Like we get step up banners super often.
Yeah, I think just the safe bet is just to do the step ups.
If you want to be take the free to play option or the cheaper route, I feel like just saving for step ups at this point. And then I know it may be tempted because they throw some solid, sometimes semi-hype units on Legends Rising or USTs, and you may be tempted. But at this point, if you really want to be don't want to spend your wallet on each banner and stuff like that, unless you're a content creator and you want to summon for each unit, sure. But free to play, I just think that's just the way you got to go nowadays. Just straight step ups at this point. Just save for step ups, step ups. That's all I can really say because Zenkai units, everything, all this stuff is just this is all resources that you can just be using to put into private characters. And step ups, that's your highest chance at getting new characters and stuff like that, or characters that you may have missed out on. So
that's why I like the step up banners so much than the other banners like Rising banners and
Rising banners are trash. They suck. They trash. Nobody likes those. They're just there just to be there essentially. So Yeah, so I feel like we talked about everything as far as the anniversary. Well, we talked about the banners, we talked about the characters, we talked about PvP, we talked about Zenkai. I guess the last thing we could talk about is the new extreme units, the Super Warrior units. If you want to talk about those.
Oh, the Super Warriors. Oh, I feel like I don't know. I feel like they're good, but they just made them so limited, bro.
That's
especially for Star Wars as well.
Yeah, like
Like
the stars I expected that because they're going to be in a general pool after this, but realistically, extremes are the hardest units to pull in the general pool. So it doesn't really that's why I never really cared for it too much. So it's like cool, they're gonna be in the general pool. We're probably gonna pull them a few more times down the line without really caring. But the team is super limited, and I think they're not going to age well because of that.
Yeah, exactly. Because you only have like the main 3 EX units, and then you have one unit that's from Legends Road, and like you have all the units that's
talking about
like
Piccolo,
heroes.
But the Legends World Piccolo, they don't even like. And maybe if they Zenkai him and they have him where he can buff Super Warriors, cool. But he doesn't even.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah, that would be a good buff for them. That'd actually be a solid buff for them if they decide to do that. But besides that, yeah, the EX Super Warrior units, they're good separately. But the limited of stars and how limited the team is, they're not going to age well in this meta. This meta is just too offensively powerful. It's cool.
It's too like I feel like this man is like right now is just like a one-shot meta right now.
Yeah, it is. We're getting to. It's just so fast paced. You can't manage to make like one mistake.
You get a Rising Rose in 5 seconds.
It's like, bro, you lose priority once. You cannot allow yourself to lose priority once if you're going up against like Keflo or probably Vegito Blue.
Because for real,
you lose priority once, you almost lose the match. It's tough. It's tough. This meta is really fast paced, and then with these units as low stars they are, and they're good. They're good. Their kits are good, but they're just too limited, and they don't have enough support. Genyu Force last year, they had a lot of support coming in because they had there was a lot of overlap between LOE and Frieza Force, so they shared a lot of the Frieza Force equipments, which were all pretty good.
You know what? I feel like the Ginyu Force are like low key underrated, man. Before,
yeah, they're underrated. I understand why, because at the time they also were only letting us get them to 3-star, and we had to wait into the general pool because I got them all like 7-star now. My game team is actually pretty decked out, but yeah, I feel like they were underrated, but they were still pretty good, but they fell off pretty quickly because I don't know, like even after that, like Vegito Blue was just such a dominant force.
Exactly. Oh my god.
Everybody was not Vegito Blue,
like
but
Thanos.
Super Vegito back then. It was Super Vegito.
Super Vegito back then was even he was the worst, man. Like, oh my god. Literally destroying every green unit in the game. Literally.
It was crazy.
And now we have Vegeta Blue destroying every red unit in the game right now.
Yeah. I try not to say too much off of straight collapsions because, like I said, if you play the game right, that always doesn't play a factor. But you can't deny how offensively dominant those two units were. So it's like at the same time, you have to be aware of just how dominant that they are. Just once you're aware of that, I feel like you can play around it sometimes depending on the team, right? So there's that. So. Yeah, I feel like we talked about everything for the anniversary. This is like my 4th anniversary video, by the way, but I know you seen some of my other videos where I was like just straight shit talking Legends. I was flaming it, so I was like, bro, I ain't going for this no more because I feel like my platform, I couldn't go on talking about it, like doing content on Legends if I didn't speak up on it because it just felt wrong.
Yeah,
because the anniversary was bad. It was really bad. Like
completely
really
bad. Because I was like, you know what? I was trying to compare like Dokkan's 2nd anniversary to Legends anniversary. I was like, yo, Jesus Christ! Like freaking Dokkan's 2nd anniversary was so lit.
Yeah, it was lit.
Like
I remember
that's
when I started playing
compared to
Dokkan.
Legends.
That's really when I started playing
exactly.
Dokkan. So it was just
same here. Oh my god! I was like, yo. Jesus, the amount of freaking content in the 2nd anniversary for Dokkan.
And that's the thing. Like, I try not to compare Dokkan too much. Sometimes I do it because they're both Dragon Ball games.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't try to
exactly. And that's like the only like 2 mainstream Dragon Ball games right now.
Yeah, mobile Dragon Ball games. I mean, we had Buchigiri match, but that's shut down. That's going down. Yeah. So I try not to compare too much because there's things that Legends doesn't have to take into consideration because they're a PvP game, and there's things that Dokkan doesn't have to take into consideration because they're a PvE game. So like that's why
exactly.
sometimes because like Dokkan don't really got to worry about like the meta breaking too much because it's like at the end of the day, who really cares?
Because Dokkan right now is Dokkan already is like in JP in terms of JP. Yeah. They're like there's a whole crazy like hype breaking meta like it's unbalanced right now.
With the categories, or the bad categories. Yeah, I've been hearing about that. Everybody talking about like the categories are too vague and there's not enough units in them. I guess that's just